All right, so without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Gamliel. She's a good friend of mine and a great acupuncturist, and she's going to share some of her information with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is it on?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Dr Ahuva Gamliel. I'm a licensed acupuncturist and also a naturopathic doctor. This is my third year in a row of being invited by Professor Cherie to teach this class. And so you might be wondering, why is an acupuncturist presenting in a spa management class? Like, what does acupuncture or naturopathic medicine have to do with spa management? Well, I'm sure you've already been discussing the growing trend of medi-spas, medical spas. And basically what's happening is that both industries are trying to capitalize, financially on the services of the other one. So you'll see like dentist office that are offering Botox, for example, because if you're already having cosmetic dentistry, why not, have a facelift at the same time? Or you'll see dermatologists that are also doing like laser hair removal or other like spa-like services, because basically they're trying to do like two-in-one shopping. So instead of having to make separate appointments to do separate things, you just get it all done in one place. It's more convenient for the consumer, and the be-all, end-all is that it drives up the bottom line, and everybody is in business to make money. So that's one reason why I'm here to talk to you today, because of medical spas. And the second reason is that also you see in even just regular spas without the medical aspect, more and more of a trend of going into holistic products, such as like organic capsules, herbal supplements, Ayurvedic medicine being offered, traditional Chinese medicine being incorporated. I did acupuncture at sea for 2 years. What that was is right after I finished school, there was an amazing opportunity to do acupuncture on a cruise ship. So for 2 years, I was on Celebrity Cruise Line, and I got to have basically like a paid vacation. It was amazing. And in the spa, we offered acupuncture services. So you can see more and more that the two are going hand in hand, because there's a huge also trend of the wellness industry, which is booming. The wellness industry is a multi-trillion, with a T, dollar industry. That means that people are looking into other options for healthcare. A lot of times people are dissatisfied with the conventional medicine, and so they want to have something that has good effects without the toxic side effects. So, does anyone have any questions so far, or anything? Okay, so I'm going to go into what is naturopathic medicine. This website that I pulled up is from Bastyr University. So Bastyr University is one of the 4 credentialed naturopathic medical schools in the States. It's in Seattle, Washington. There's one in Portland, Oregon. There's another school in Arizona, and there's one in Connecticut. They also opened another campus in California. And to become a naturopathic doctor, you have to have a prerequisite of being pre-med. So my BA, my bachelor's, is in psychobiology from UC Santa Cruz. And so you have to have the pre-med classes. And then to study naturopathy, it's also a 4 to 5 year graduate level program. So we study all of the same basic sciences as conventional medical doctors. That means all the ologies: biology, biochemistry, pharmacology, gynecology, pharmacology. We study basically all the same sciences that the medical doctors do. But then on top of that, we also study nutrition, herbal medicine, vitamins and minerals, homeopathy, basically everything that's under the umbrella of like holistic medicine. We study, we call it naturopathic manipulation, but basically it's a different way of saying chiropractic. We can do adjustments, and many different naturopaths like specialize in one type of area, like some just do homeopathy, some specialize in herbal medicine, some specialize on the manual therapy. My main modality is acupuncture, but only in Canada does naturopathic medicine include acupuncture. In America, it's a separate degree. I did mine at the same time at Bastyr University, but not all naturopaths in America are also acupuncturists. So when a patient sees me, for example, whether it was on the cruise ship or here in private practice, and now I'm shifting into corporate wellness, basically what happens is I do an intake just like a conventional medical doctor, which has all of their signs and symptoms, and when they come in for the appointment, I take a history, and then the treatment will usually include acupuncture. I do some testing, which I'll go into in a little while. We do saliva testing, blood testing, urine testing, could be stool testing, all kinds of different tests to see what's going on in the body. And then I put together a protocol which includes nutrition, meaning what they should eat, what they should avoid specifically for their condition. Sometimes vitamins in certain doses are important, or herbal medicine or homeopathy. So basically all these different things that can help to heal the person from the inside out. So I want to write a couple of things on the board. So naturopathic doctor is ND. Whoa. Yeah. And if it's a naturopathic doctor who's also a medical doctor, you'll see N and D. And what that is, as I mentioned before, to become a naturopathic doctor, it's a 4-year degree. But if you're already a medical doctor, then you only have to do 2 years, because you don't have to repeat anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, all that stuff that you've already done. But if you want to study the herbal medicine, the homeopathy, and all of the natural things, the nutrition, that's an additional 2 years to the degree. Now, there's another thing going on in this industry, which is that, some people take weekend courses and whatnot, and they call themselves like a holistic health provider, or they might be a life coach, but it's a completely different level of study. Naturopathic doctors, we also dissect cadavers for a year, so we really know the body from the inside out, whereas a holistic practitioner might have just studied on the weekends or online or something. So you really have to be careful who you go to, know what their credentials are, to know what level of expertise they have. And then in the state of Florida, an acupuncturist, we'll say AP for acupuncture physician, or DOM, Doctor of Oriental Medicine. So those are the credentials for somebody who has a 3-year master's degree in Chinese Oriental Medicine, which includes not only the acupuncture, but Chinese herbs and other therapies as well. Okay. So now I want to go into the principles of naturopathic medicine. What makes naturopathic medicine different from conventional medicine? And also, I just want to mention that you might have heard, naturopathic medicine being called different things. Some people prefer the term of integrative medicine, meaning we can do conventional Western medicine as well as the herbal medicine. And in states where naturopathic doctors are licensed, and there's only about 17 states at the moment, such as California, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, Connecticut, Hawaii. Florida is not a licensed state. But in licensed states, naturopathic doctors are able to prescribe antibiotics, thyroid medications. They cannot prescribe narcotics, but we can do even minor surgeries such as removing a skin tag or mole. We are able to do internal exams such as gyne exams and prostate exams. But in Florida, for example, I cannot even put ND after my name on a business card, because they consider it misleading the public, because naturopathic medicine is not licensed here in the state of Florida. So it's actually a felony to practice naturopathic medicine. So basically, I practice as an acupuncture physician because I am licensed in that in Florida. And under my umbrella for acupuncture, I'm able to do herbal consultations, vitamins, I do vitamin injections, and a lot of the things that I do naturopathically, except for I can't do any internal exams, but I can still also do certain laboratory testing, etc. So the difference between an allopath and a naturopath, an allopath is your conventional MD, and your naturopath is ND. Allo you're depressed, you get an antidepressant. So they're basically like fighting the disease, okay? So naturopathic doctors, you can see it in the name, natural path, right? So basically, the naturopathic approach to healing is to stimulate the person's immune system. Because when your immune system is strong, it can fight bacteria, viruses, cancer, autoimmune conditions. When the person is strong, they have the capabilities of overcoming whether it's an acute or chronic illness. So we help to stimulate the vital power of the person. And then their body, they basically heal themselves. And how do we achieve that? Well, many of us are toxic, so we have to detoxify. And I recommend this for everyone, like even if you eat all organic and you're doing juicing and you eat healthy, even if you're vegan, you still need to detox because we are exposed to toxins every day from anywhere that you can think of. Like if you work somewhere and they have a carpet, so the carpet has different fumes. South Florida, we have a lot of humidity here. So if you don't have air conditioning going all the time, you get sometimes mold from the humidity. So you could be exposed to mold, and if the air ducts are not clean, there could be dust. And even when you buy organic produce, what happens is the soil is depleted of nutrients. So like a tomato from today does not have the same concentration of vital nutrients that it did 30 years ago because the soil is depleted. So if you can't get the nutrients from the soil, you end up having something that's mostly like water and fiber. So even though we try to be as healthy as we can, we're still driving in cars which emit smog, and we're breathing that in the air. The air is polluted, so we're exposed to toxins every day. So everybody, whether you are completely healthy or if you have arthritis or some other condition, needs to detox at least once a year. So that's the first thing, is to remove the obstacles to cure. And then the second thing is what we're going to go through right now. So,
what are some ways that people can detox? You talked about that a little bit in class.
yes.
Some ways they can detox.
Oh yeah. Okay, so ways that you can detox, there's tons of different supplements that you can buy like at Whole Foods that would be like a detox package. You can eat foods that detoxify you. First of all, I see a lot of people have water bottles. That's great. Drinking water, like a liter of water every day, that helps to flush your system. But make sure it's either mineral water or spring water or alkaline water. You don't want to have distilled water. And they've done studies that show that a lot of even bottled water is actually tap water in disguise. So if you have a really good filter at home, you can drink filtered water. So number one in like self-detoxing is water. Number two is avoiding processed foods, anything that has preservatives. Read the label of everything that you eat. If you can't pronounce something on the label, you shouldn't be eating it. It's not fit for human consumption. It's probably a preservative. So eating healthy, eating clean, trying to eat as much organic as possible. Specific foods that detoxify the body are beets, cleans the blood. Celery, it's a diuretic, so it'll help you flush things out. Parsley, cilantro, carrots are really good to put into juice. It has a lot of vitamin A. You can take supplements. There is a kit that I recommend that I don't think you can buy at Whole Foods, but you can buy it online on Amazon. It's called Detox Kit, and it's made by a company called Heal. And it is, you get a little box, and it has 3 containers. And the different containers are specifically formulated for different organs in the body. So one is for the kidneys and the lymphatic. One is for, I believe, the liver and